Good morning, beautiful people. Marie Alessi here, talking to you about this wonderful topic of trust today. I wanted to really unpack this with you what happened to my ability to trust, to my willingness to trust, if I may say so, after Rob's passing. Because when I looked back at our relationship, it was built on solid trust. In the 14 years that I had with Rob, I never had one single reason to not trust him. And that is such a beautiful place to be. You know, not a lot of people um, can say that they always trusted their partner, their spouse. And I understand that we were in a very fortunate position to not ever question each other, not ever have to worry about what the other person was doing behind someone's back or saying behind someone's back. Rob would always rave about me. He always put me on a pedestal. And when he talked to other people about me, it was always positive and beautiful and supportive. There was never a moment when I didn't hear from Rob that I worried where he could be or what he could do. And I loved that about him, about our relationship. Trust to me is a space between two or more people. It's usually unspoken. It is something that is there. And when there is a really beautiful amount of trust, it is like a rock solid base that you can build a skyscraper on. And when your base is crumbling, when your base is not strong enough, this is when things are going wrong in people's relationships. And I'm talking about friendships, intimate relationships, anything. Trust is something that needs to be earned, and once it's broken, it's quite hard to repair. So after Rob passed, I remember when I was calling him that day, and when he didn't answer his phone, I got more and more worried. I started coming up with excuses or reasons for him not picking up the phone and thinking how he could have forgotten it in a hotel room or left it in a cab or, I came up with more and more reasons, excuses that could have happened, but deep within, I could feel something moving, something telling me that there's something not right. And that was based on the trust that we had for each other because there was never a moment where he would have let me down. And he was supposed to ring me at 7:30 in the morning. And when I woke up at 7:31 and he hadn't rung me, I knew deep within already that something had happened. And that feeling got stronger and stronger. And I'm sharing this story again because a lot of you might have heard this before because he was such a beautiful sign of the trust that we had for each other and that I could always count on him. So, what happens to this trust when somebody passes in your life? There is this, I could always rely on you, and now you're gone. So, there's this natural um, form of mistrust that keeps growing within where you're like, wow, I can't rely on this person anymore. This person is not here for me anymore. Who is there that I can rely on, that I can chat to just as much? And the truth is, nobody, because this person that has gone in your life is not replaceable. So for me, it was of utmost importance to recreate and re-establish this trust in my life because I really needed it. And first and foremost, I had to look deep within. I had to look at myself and find out how much I can actually trust myself for showing up in my life, being there for myself, really having my own back, and being there for my children. And that to me was nothing that came easily and just overnight. A lot of that, or I should say, a part of that is automatic and is inbuilt. It's mother's instinct. It's, that a lot of people say, well, I had no choice. I had to be there for my kids. I had to show up. I had to. And I always say, I want you to take credit for that. You don't have to. You don't have to. There are so many people that don't do that, that do fall apart, that don't have the strength or don't find the strength to be there, to show up. It is a choice that you have, a choice that you took at some point after losing this person in your life, to show up for yourself, to get out of bed each morning, to get dressed, to show up, to be there for your children. It's a choice that you took, and I want you to own that. This is part of learning to trust yourself, to back yourself up. And when you think about when there's a lack of trust in your life, a lack of trust is usually based on fear. So there is a certain fear of being alone, being lonely, not having anybody to pick you up or back you up or share situations with, share worries with, share things that happen in your life that you want to celebrate or just simply have feedback for. And that trust that there's always somebody there is all of a sudden gone and very much put into question. And this lack of trust always equals fear. We're sitting in a space of fear, and the one thing that saves us is always love. So when trust disappears from your life with a person that has passed, it is so important that we come back to ourselves, that we re-establish the trust to ourselves. To me, that was this inner guidance, learning to trust my inner guidance, my intuition. That takes a huge amount of trust, of confidence, of trusting in yourself, in your own abilities, and backing yourself up. Because this inner guidance, this intuition, became my absolute lighthouse. That's a perfect word for it. It was my lighthouse, my everything, my shining the way in the darkness sort of situation. And I have massive gratitude for that. I have really a lot of gratitude in my heart for the trust that Rob passed to me in his passing, and the strength that I received throughout, the backup that I received, the friends around me that showed up and stepped up for me and held space for me. And that to me was a relearning and sometimes even a retesting of that trust that might have already been there before. But then there is this new situation in your life, and you get back to testing this trust, and not every friendship withstands this test, if that makes sense. So I really invite you to look deeper, start with yourself, and see if there is a lack of trust, how you can repair that within you, how you can learn to reconnect to your strength, to your ability, to your core, and therefore build this new foundation of trust that you need. We all need this rock solid base that we can stand on. Trust is like a base that you build your house on. And if there is a crack somewhere, it is really hard to build on something that is broken. If you need help with that, I want you to please reach out to me. I'm here for you to help you do this. I'm here for you to hold space for you. And together we can establish so much more than on our own. And we have a beautiful team of moderators. Hey Terry, I know you're watching this right now. And I'm not sure who the other people are that are watching. I can't ever see these on this device. However, I want to reach out to you. I really want to reach out to you in person. I'm doing a lot of random check-ins in my group. So please check your inboxes, because sometimes my message would land in the others folder if we're not friends on Facebook, because I constantly do random check-ins in my group and reach out to you if I have either seen something that you have posted or liked or questioned or commented on, or sometimes even just by intuition, I pick random people out of my group just to check in and say hi and see where you're at in your healing journey and whether you need help with that. So I'm doing these talks quite regularly. I show up every Monday with these meaningful mindset talks. We have regular upswell brief interviews. If you want to be notified of these and you're watching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications. I'm sending you so much love. This is Marie signing off. Bye for now.